welcome to the Maelstrom's Perfected Weapons, something that is heavily talked about right now. There are a lot of excitement and also some parts of this that people may not be happy about, and we will cover those here in just a little bit. Just as a precaution, this is week 1 of BTS and things are subject to change as more testing comes out. Now hopefully with parses within the next week or two, we will have to wait and see, but nothing's set in stone just yet, guys. So, a couple of tidbits of information that the patch notes did mention, and a few things that were asked in forums. The first thing is, will you have to be farming for these weapons on veteran difficulty in order to get the perfected version? So yes, you will have to be farming on veteran to get the perfected version. You can also, of course, complete these on normal to get the blue version of the non-perfected, and it is somewhat similar to what you currently have now. A question that was asked by many in the forums, and it was answered. One of the questions was, if I had already gotten the weapon on veteran, with my current weapon, will it be turned into perfected, or will I have to farm again? So the answer to that is, no, your weapon will not be turned into the perfected, and you will have to be farmed again. I know that this is part of the concern that most people had. It's pretty discerning because, especially with the Maelstrom event, I know it took me 20 runs at least to get that Inferno staff, so kind of sad about it, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Lastly, on the new perfected 2-piece bonuses that you get now on the perfected weapons, they act just like the previous weapons. However, keep in mind that this bonus will only be active on one bar. Almost all arena weapons have been adjusted to put them more in line with our set bonus efficiency standards. So without further ado, let's get right into the weapons. Cruel Flurry set here. Now this has been adjusted. The new set looks just like this. On the 2 items, adds 103 weapon damage. Now this is the new 2-piece item that was added on the perfected. The second thing you see at the bottom there has been adjusted a little bit. So this has been increased, the weapon and damage granted from this set, from 1690 up from 1000. So it used to be 1000, so this gave us a little bit of a buff here. I think it's a pretty significant change, as well as it giving you that 103 weapon damage 2-part. For the stabs, the Ice, Lightning, and Inferno staff here, it's the Crushing Wall set. The new piece 2 item is that 1190 spell penetration. Now this is pretty cool in my opinion because the only thing that the light armor pretty much has on the spell penetration is that passive that you get. Now this is pretty cool because it adds that to the weapon itself, and you do lose that when you swap to your Mother's Inferno or whatever you're running on your front bar. The thing that has been changed as far as the patch notes go increases the damage bonus of this set from 1353 up from 1341, so not a huge change, but we do get a little bit of a buff with it, especially if you're weaving in those light attacks. Now this has the 2-piece item set for this one added 1190 physical penetration, so it's just like the magic here. Now for this one, the big change on this one increases the damage done by this set from 10,032 over its duration up from 7,200. So this used to be 7,200, guys, and I think this is a pretty big change. This damage done is now once again labeled as a bleed. So if you notice a little bit of a change as a bleed there. Now if we go to our restoration staff here, this is our precise regeneration set. The second bonus adds 666 spell critical. I don't know how much this will play in an effect on the restoration part of it, because you do lose that when you swap to another bar, obviously. This one changed a little bit as well. It decreased the Magicka granted from this set from 500 down from 800, so we actually lost a little bit of regeneration there. We removed the cooldown from the set, though note it cannot proc from the event of simultaneously critically heals from Radiant Regeneration. So this will be interesting. We'll have to see how this plays in effect. I do play this in PvP. This might affect me a little bit because that's all I pretty much use on my Sork is that regeneration skill. On Rampaging Slash here. Now this added 2 different kinds of recovery here. The perfected version added 77 magicka and stamina recovery. That's pretty nice, as that recovery is super important for sustain, especially Necros. They have a little bit of trouble with sustainment there. There was a little bit of a change for this as well. Decrease the magicka and stamina restore from this set to 1904 down from 2000. So not a big change, but it was a little bit of a decrease there. So we lost just a little bit of it. For our bows on Thunderous Volley, our two-piece added 666 weapon critical, and this is going to go great with precise. I think this is going to amp it up quite a bit here. The change that the patch notes said on this one, this set now increases the damage done on your volley by 430 and increases by 143 per tick, up from 320 and increasing by 110 per tick. So we get roughly around 33 more per tick, and we also get about 110 off of the increase here. So that's actually pretty good here. The ticks are going to be really good. Now guys, remember, this is subject to change. This is the first week of PTS. We'll have to wait and see for those people that like target dummies and coming out with the videos. I'm going to be testing it myself throughout this week, especially with the new monster sets. There's a lot of changes happening, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you sad about having to farm again? I want to hear all of your thoughts. Thanks for watching. This is Alpha Renix, and I will see you guys next time.